talking to a camera sometimes feels so weird. Why? Because in this room, there is just me. Look, there's nobody there. It's just me and my camera. But still, my aim is to make you feel that you're here with me. And this is what makes this experience so special, because maybe you think that I'm able to do it. I don't know. I'm trying my very best to make you feel like you're here with me. And if you want to use videos to share your knowledge or for your own marketing, for your personal branding, then you have to accept that talking to a camera lens requires practice. Why? Because when we talk to human beings, we see their reactions. We see how they look. We see when they get bored. We see when they have a question. But when we talk to a camera lens, well, all those reactions aren't there. And so in this video, I'd like to explain to you how you can practice talking to a camera so people still feel like you're talking to them and you're not acting like a robot. And this weird situation becomes more natural to you, and people will actually see you and not just a version of you. Now, before COVID, very few of us had to talk to cameras regularly. When COVID happened, of course, many people moved their businesses online, and also many big corporations had to hold their meetings online, which meant that many people were talking to cameras more regularly, but more in a video meeting setting, and not in this very weird artificial way where there is nobody on the other line. And so during that phase, many people got used to at least looking into a camera lens and then talking, even though you were still in this meeting setting and there were other people present at the moment when you talked. But if you've ever recorded a video for something, I'm pretty sure that you've noticed recording a video is completely different compared to being in an online meeting. Why is that the case? Now, I think there are many reasons for that. For one, I think that it is the permanence. So we think that once something is recorded, well, it's there and we cannot change it. And so we will do things that are very unnatural to us normally, because we will start talking and then maybe at some point in the sentence, we will just stop simply because we overthink things. And so something really weird is happening because we start to think too much about what we are saying and how we are saying it. And that really messes with our minds. And if you've ever been in the situation where you had to record a video for your company, for example, or for somebody else, then maybe you were given a video training. But there's a problem with this video training. Because what happens in these video trainings? Well, the overthinking actually gets worse. Because in most trainings, people will try to teach you what to do with your hands, or where to look, or where to stand, or how to breathe. And this only makes matters worse. It makes matters worse because instead of trying to be yourself, you will then try to be this video personality that somebody else is trying to teach you how to be. And here are 3 things you can do to change that. I just had an idea. I need a pen. If you want to seem more natural while you are talking to a camera, these are the 3 things that I suggest you practice. And the first is passion. Before you buy a new camera or before you go somewhere, just take your phone, put it somewhere, and start talking to your phone about one of your passions. I'm not using my phone, I'm using my old Panasonic. What I mean by using your phone, use the device you have available. And the reason why I think you should start talking about your passion is it just feels natural to you. Whatever it is. If you love gardening, talk about gardening. If you love cooking, talk about cooking. If you love business, talk about business. Whatever it is, talk about the things that feel the most natural to you and where somebody who knows you will be able to tell, well, this is actually you. This sounds like you, and this doesn't look or sound like a robot at all. Of course, when you've recorded a video, you can then send it to somebody who knows you and ask them, do you think this looks like me, or does this look like a camera personality or a camera version of myself that you don't know? Let's look at the second thing, how you can practice to be more natural on camera. And the second thing I noted here is person. Why person? Well, that is pretty simple. Because what I'm doing right now, right here, again, that is very artificial. I'm not actually in your room and you're not here with me in my studio. Still, I hope this feels like a conversation for you. It still feels like I am in fact talking to you. If it does, then that's due to my practice. I have practiced this for, I don't know, maybe 400 or 500 times. I've recorded at least 500 videos separately for different purposes, for different platforms, in all sorts of different ways. And each time I'm trying to get a little better at making this lively, making you feel like we are having a conversation. When you just start out, it won't feel like you're having an actual conversation. It will feel very robotic and it will feel very unnatural. Still, you can practice this by simply inviting another person to be there. And there are two ways how you can do that. First of all, I could invite somebody to join me here in the studio and simply stand behind the camera. And then I will talk to that person behind the camera and it will already look a lot more natural and feel a lot more natural to me. The other option I have is that I am making a video call and I'm recording the video call, and then it will feel a lot more natural to me. That's the first step. And the second step with this person thing could be that you try to imagine an actual person sitting there with you, the person who you're talking to and who you're talking about your passion to. Let's talk about the third one. And I called the third one performance. Why did I call it performance? Well, first of all, I wanted to have 3 P's, so it sounds better. Passion, person, and performance. But what do I mean by performance? The first step was about talking your passions, because talking about a passion simply feels very natural to you. And the third one is a bit acting out your passion. So if your passion is gardening, if it's cooking, if it's making music, whatever it is, take your camera, or take your phone for that matter, or whatever you have available, place it on a tripod, and then record yourself while you are doing your passion and talk about to the camera while you're doing it. So for example, you could make a small video where you are cooking and then talking to the camera about what it is that you're doing, because that seems very natural to us. If you're talking to a friend while you're cooking and you want to explain your friend what the ingredients are and what you're doing, this is something that feels very natural and that will make you seem a lot more natural on camera. And don't get me wrong, when I say record all this, this doesn't mean that you have to show it to anybody else other than yourself, because you are practicing. I've recorded videos for I don't know how many years now, and there are many, probably hundreds of videos that I've never shown to anybody. But if you feel like you want to use videos to share your passion, share your knowledge, teach something about your knowledge, or use them for personal branding and marketing, then you simply need to get better at doing this. You need to practice recording videos and talking about the things that you like and talk about the things that you're able to do. But also, you didn't learn what you're passionate about just by doing it once. And being able to talk on a camera, into a camera, simply needs practice too. The best way to practice it isn't to overthink things by trying to make artificial moves with your hands, like, can I hold my hand like this? What if I look like this? But by being as natural as you can and trying to talk to a person that actually exists. Even though the only person in this room is myself. And if you're just getting started or you still have a ton of questions, please let me know in the comments, because I have a whole studio over there that I'm using to practice creating videos with people, and I get a lot of questions from them and I'm using them to create these videos. But if you have more questions, please let me know. And don't forget that creating videos should be fun. I'm pretty sure you'll find a way to make that happen.